Shut off too soon. There. Oh, okay. What's up, boys?
What's happening?
How's it going?
KOTG Tuesday.
What's up?
What's going on?
Weather's been sexy. It's been windy as hell, but it's been amazing. I don't know about you guys, but we've been in like the 80s all week. It's been nice.
Had a good couple days.
It was blowing like crazy the last 2 days here after it seemed like unrelenting rain. Our ball field was underwater, I think, twice.
Oh, little.
Yep.
Yeah,
We had that going on this weekend too, man. It was raining like hell last week, and then it was windy as crap all weekend long. It was just blowing like crazy. It blew my kid's basketball hoop over.
See, I've been living in the Midwest, since 2008 now, and I don't feel like it's been this windy in the spring. Maybe I didn't notice it before. I was out in the yard all the time, but it feels like, because there's been some days where I'm like, I could go spray some sea hume or something right now, but then it's like the wind is so bad. I was like, oh, well, whatever. I guess not. We'll just have to wait. Nate, you're a Midwest born and raised. I mean, crazy windy springs, is that something that kind of has always been there, or does it seem more windy to you too?
I think it's pretty normal. I mean, you get more of the fronts that come through, especially in the evening.
Yeah.
During the day and the evening, it's windy, and like early morning, it's usually not. But yeah, it's been windy here, real windy.
Yep.
I mean, I'll take the breeze, just not when I'm trying to spray some apps,
Well, we got a couple little guest spots tonight. We got Ron and Drew with us. Thanks for jumping on, guys.
What's going on?
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me.
You know how we do it here at KOTG. Sometimes we can make it, sometimes we can't. Family life and everything else. So if we're a little light in the attendance, we had some friends. So welcome, fellas.
Yeah.
It's
It's
been a
that
while.
time of
too.
year, isn't it? Ball practice and everything fun.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
My kid was, we did, we're a soccer family. Travel soccer, man. It was like
That's a
8:30.
full-time
It was
gig.
8:30 by the time practice was over tonight. So we had a late night, and I literally just got the kids to bed.
Oh, man. I'm gonna have to talk to you offline about that. Our kids are soccer now. My oldest, they're trying to get him on a traveling tournament, weekend tournament type deal going on, and my wife's like, I don't know if I want to commit to this much yet. He's only 8.
It's a life. It's a life, man. You gotta love.
Gotta commit.
You gotta love it. You gotta be like Danny Rojas and Ted Lasso.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All his life.
His life.
You gotta be in it. You gotta be in it.
Oh man.
That's my two. I got gymnastics and dance. So
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah,
haven't
actual
ventured
season.
down that route yet.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a lot of
just
practice
wait.
too,
Just
man.
wait.
Just wait.
Oh, they ask every day, and my wife just eggs them on. Hey, tell Dad, don't you want to do dance, don't you?
Oh man, isn't that like don't they get more injured doing things like dance and cheer than like football and other sports? I think I heard that somewhere sometime. Like
I don't know if it's true, but I'm going to go with it.
I mean,
I don't know.
My
I wouldn't be
niece got hurt
surprised.
doing gymnastics very young, so she can't do gymnastics anymore. So it's like took a toll on her back.
Sure. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But as
What
you
enough
say,
about
that soccer stuff.
gymnastics?
That soccer stuff, man. My neighbor's 2 kids, they're both on that travel league, and the one's in high school. Now he's getting ready to go to college, and he just got back from Georgia. He's going to play
Wow.
soccer in college. It's like
That's cool. See, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But they got you
That's
coming and
awesome.
going with that because it's he tells me, oh yeah, the coach is putting a clinic on and they expect you to be there. You play on the team, you pay your way in, and then all of a sudden it's $45 for this clinic, $50 for fancy footwork. He's like, what's fancy footwork? You're teaching him how to kick the ball. The same thing you teach in practice. To wait for him to make $50.
Yeah, but now it's fancy.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's a life.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I want to hear about what y'all got going on this spring. So how about we kick off this show, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's just raise a glass and keep off the grass.
My guys.
Got a little screwball.
Oh, that looks good.
I got a 0 sugar A&W. For a 0 sugar soda, this is actually really good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, good on you, Nate. How much weight you lost now? 50 pounds?
40.
40?
That's awesome, man.
Oh, well, I knew you were 40 like last week, so I figured maybe you dropped like another 10. I'm trying to,
No, slowing down.
trying to
Building
give
up
you a little
momentum.
love, you know what I'm
Starting to hit
saying?
the stall.
Yeah.
Slowing down a little bit. Plus, last weekend we went to Kansas City for the weekend. I was like,
Oh, well, yeah.
It was good, like, I had-
You fucked it
I
all
like
up.
no, I like packed a protein shake and all that, and had like kind of some good stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna take a day and just eat whatever I want. So
Well, you're a better
All-
man than
all
me
about
because I would have been
balance.
like, nah, barbecue kid.
yeah, so that was good.
How far are you from Kansas City?
Like 2.5, 3 hours maybe max, but 2.5.
That's
That's not a bad drive. That's about as far as
not
we
a
go.
bad drive. That's
My
like,
daughter's dance competition. She was dancing down there in Kansas City for the weekend.
see,
So
there we go. Traveling
So-
for kid stuff. Yeah.
that's what we were down there for.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Well, I know most of us are mowing, if not all of us. Is there any of you guys haven't gotten out in the yard yet?
Drew.
I've been out in
He
the
hasn't-
yard. I don't know if I'd call it mowing.
No.
Yeah, I'm right there with you,
I've been
Drew.
raking dirt,
Oh man.
a lot of
Bad
dirt.
for you guys.
Freaking dirt.
Yeah, what do you got going on, Drew?
Yeah.
Tell us.
What you got going on, man?
Yeah.
Give us
So
an
we
update.
moved in. I think we officially moved in like beginning or middle of February, something like that. So I've just been
Dude,
staring
out
at
of the
dirt
loop.
and mud and a lot of rock. Earthwork contractor basically ghosted me after I paid the last bill and couldn't get anybody in to do final grade. I just had a pile of topsoil sitting in my backyard. So
Ugh.
I rented a skid steer and got that spread out. And then just ended up going over it with pull behind aerator, pull behind dethatcher. Got my power rake out on it, at least out on the front for a little bit. And then this afternoon, I got the power rake out on the back and starting to get it dressed up. I do have seed down out front now. It's 365, just like it was at my old house out front. And then the back will be Burger Tall Fescue. They were gracious enough to donate almost 400 pounds of seed.
Yeah.
Like it showed up in a super sack on a pallet at my old house.
Oh,
The
no.
day that I had plumbing inspectors there, like doing like final inspection for closing and everything. So I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, I'll be right back. I got to go down to the end of the road and meet this guy. He pulls up, lowers his lift gate into the bed of my truck and dollies a pallet of seed into the back of my truck. Of
man.
course, it's raining.
Oh, of course.
So I have that. I was finally able to get that out of my wife's spot in the garage, and I have it toted up in the shed for now. So hopefully next week we'll be going down with seed in the back. I still got to figure out, you can see on that video that I posted just a little while ago, all that green in the back
Mm-hmm.
is my leach field for my septic.
Okay.
I'm debating what I want to do with that because it's very rough. So I might make it more of like a native area. I don't know though.
Appease the
I'm all about the
pollinators.
bees.
There you go. Yeah, keep them happy. Don't let
Need
them.
some of that
Well, yeah, you got
nature
to keep
seed.
Instagram and TikTok happy. You
That,
know,
that's
the,
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Keep the hate to a minimum. So
Yeah,
Plant
that's
some
right.
clover
No,
back there
I
would be
got
fun.
that. I got a pollinator.
yeah, I got a
state.
whole 2,000 square feet just dedicated to them.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what, that burger seed, I'm really happy with. I used about 400 pounds of it last year, and I'm really, really happy with it this year coming into spring. So yeah,
That's
you'll
good to
like
hear.
that.
I'm excited. I hate spring seeding. But it's obviously a necessary evil this year.
Mhm.
But it's a little overwhelming just starting with a completely blank slate. Like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
trying to plan out how I want my mulch beds to curve, and that like my boy was out with me marking paint lines on where we're going to do the mulch beds. So then I
Mhm.
ran the drop seeder like in a zigzag pattern around there, and it's just, I guess patiently waiting for everything to take shape. I bought a bunch of plants last fall in like the end of year Lowe's clearance sale, and it looks like they all made it through winter pretty decent. So I'm excited to get those out there. If you guys remember, I planted that row of arborvitae
Oh.
before we built the house. It was like last October, maybe. They did not make it. The deer have enjoyed
Oh,
those
no.
thoroughly. So I pulled 4 of those this afternoon, put a couple birch trees in. Still debating what I'm going to do the rest of the way down that edge of the property. And then on the other side of the house, I've got a little bit more cleanup to do, but I bought a bag of perennial rye just kind of on a whim when I was buying fertilizer for the year up toward Pittsburgh. So I think I'm going to do some perennial rye just on it's only like probably 20 foot wide by 50 foot. So I'll carry on some rye over there, and I'll probably real mow that. I did get hooked up with the turf tamer and got a John Deere 220B. So I'm excited to finally be able to take that thing for a spin, maybe in
Hell
June.
yeah.
So
Nice, man.
so wait, do you have a house on this land? I'm
Yeah.
way out of the loop. No
Yeah,
shit.
a lot of things have happened since
I
I've
was saying,
been
I
last
missed.
on the show.
I need to catch up because I was like, I didn't see these posts. I didn't know you bought a house or built a house or any of that.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
we broke ground in October, moved in just this past February. So we're rocking and
That's
rolling.
awesome.
I've got a completely blank slate.
Dude, that's
like
Which
badass.
I feel like that's something that all of us kind of like lust after, right? We're all like,
Yeah, until
oh
you get
man,
there.
it'd be sweet to
Right.
have a place where it's just a blank slate and I can do whatever I want. But to your point, Drew, like what you're saying is like it's overwhelming as hell.
Dude,
And I can imagine it really is.
completely overwhelming because I'm like,
How do you sit
I
there and
find
think
myself
about
putting the cart before the horse because I'm like, man, I really want to get like mulch down because I'm not doing grass the whole way up to the road. I'm doing like a mulch edge
Barrier. That's cool. That's a
at
good
the
idea.
road and then around along my driveway, and then it'll wrap around in front of my porch. So I'm sitting there and watching the areas that I roughed up for seed, in that curly Q pattern. And then I'm just like, man, the rest of that looks like absolute garbage. I've got to get mulch or rock or something. So I'm like, it's testing my patience more than I've probably ever been tested, even with my renovation at the old house. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, because like I said, I can see that. I can see that just being like such an overwhelming prospect of being like, there's multiple ways that you can go about that, right? Like you could look at that and you'd be like, all right, well, I want to put beds over here. I want to put shrubberies or bushes or trees or what have you, and then you're just kind of like overwhelmed. I would.
Well, and then
I
you
think
change
I
your
would be
mind
like
30
just
times
overwhelmed
on
with
what
the
kind of shrubs you
possibility.
want to put in.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, I mean, you still probably will as you keep going. You'll probably keep switching shit around, and
Oh,
It's cool that you
100%.
got all
That's
that
like,
land.
I didn't have a blank slate at my old house, but when we moved in, probably within a year, I ripped out all of the landscaping and redid it, and then redid landscaping in the back of that house, and redid the yard in the front, did a partial reno in the back, and so I'm looking forward to the process. I really am.
Are you doing? Are you getting any irrigation put in, or are you just going to kind of go all natural, or what's your plan there?
So I'm all natural right now. I made up a just a DIY manifold with a couple hundred valves, and I've got 4 Hunter rotors just hosed in right now, like on the edge of where my mulch beds will eventually be.
All right.
I need to add one more sprinkler in between a couple of my heads just for coverage, but otherwise I'm really happy with the coverage I got. And I finally hooked up my Imalaza controller, so
Nice.
I owe them a post. Don't tell.
You
I
and
love
200 other people.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
They hit me
They
up
must have
today and
been
they're
they
like,
must
"Oh,
have
hey, you
been
want a controller?" And I was like,
everybody the other day.
not really. I mean, what am I going to do with it?"
But
So,
yeah, we got a lot of things moving and shaking.
so people who have grass currently, what are your plans for applications going forward? Or have you applied anything yet?
Well, I did one like kind of cleanup mow because I went out and like kind of raked everything out and like, tried to get everything going. I just kind of evened it out with like one little cleanup mow. I wouldn't even say I really took too much off. But no real mowing yet. I did do some 1358, I think, Pro Pete this last weekend because I had some laying around. I hit John up for some fertilizer the other week and haven't gotten it in yet. So I was like, well, I got this. Let me throw that down. That'll work. That'll
That's
work
good
for
stuff.
me. So I put that down on last, I don't know, Monday, I guess about a week ago. And but we've also had some good rain this past week and the temperatures are climbing. So we're up in the 70s. We're up in the 80s this past weekend. So it's really good rain, good heat. So it's starting to cook. And then yeah, my side yard, my little putting green project, I reseeded that, overseeded it. That's the Baron Brugg Turf Blue Pro with a little bit of rye mixed in with it. So yeah, did that on when I do that Saturday. Went ahead and overseeded that because it had some bare spots and the squirrels got in there. Which I think next year, I think I'm going to invest in a turf blanket for that next year. Just keep it covered all winter. Keep the squirrels and stuff out of there because I want it to be dead flat. I want to putt on it. I'm going to put some cups in. Yeah. So I had to do a little bit of recovery on that thing. Had to kind of go through it and try to fill in some divots and get it flat again. And yeah, like I said, overseeded that.
Are you going to try and sand it this spring?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to. I'm not sure if I'll be there. It might end up being like late spring, early summer if I do it. But I mean, I really want to, but I want to get it growing really good. I want it thick and I want to get it moving. So like I said, just some spots from the squirrels and from the fall too, from when I originally seeded it. There were just a couple spots of washout that it was a little too late in the season for me to go back and put down that bluegrass. And they were just a little too big for it to fill in. So that's why I went ahead and overseeded it. So, Baron Brugg was cool enough to send me out a little bit more seed. Went ahead and did that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So I still got to make those edges nice and crisp, dig everything out, mulch those beds, you know, and kind of go from there. My wife's hydrangeas got wicked sick last year, and she had to chop all those back. So the whole like side up against my house looks like total dog shit, but it is what it is. I mean, they'll eventually grow back, but there were just big, beautiful, mature hydrangea bushes there, and they got some sort of sickness. So we had to cut them down, which stinks. But anyway, I'll go through there. I'm going to, you know, edge that up real nice and crisp and dig it out. So I got nice deep trenches going into the flower beds, mulch those. But that's growing good. You know, I just hit that with some Scott starter fertilizer, get everything moving, because I had some in the shed. And so I did that Saturday, and it's looking good. I mean, I'm just, you know, keeping it wet and, you know, moving right along with that. So it's growing pretty good here in the last week. So I'm hoping that I can go out. Everything else in the front yard, everything looks like it's waking up. You know, my backyard is what it is, man. I mean, like that, my backyard is just like a labor of love, and it's been a constant fight for years because it's kind of low lying. And the guy behind me's got so much land that it's not like he's got grass back there. So what happens is when it rains like crazy, you get like a deluge, then my backyard kind of floods. With that flooding just comes in all of like the little poa seeds. So, you know, my backyard, especially by my fence line, I mean, it's just like a shitload of poa because it's just a chain link fence. So it just kind of like everything just comes through when that whole thing floods. I mean, it'll get soggy back there, and I'll have like an inch of standing water. If we get like a crazy rainstorm. And I don't know, man. I'm just kind of giving up on fighting it last year. I didn't really do too much with trying to fight it. And, yeah, I'm kind of just like, all right, I'm going to focus my attention on keeping the front yard looking pristine or get it as pristine as I can. Cause you know, not on the level of some of you fellas, but definitely that side yard. Like I said, I want that. I want to putt on it. I'm going to put some pins in there. I want to get like a set of like 4. So like at our club, you know, like a lot of country clubs you go out to, you know, you get your practice putting greens, and you have like multiple little pins with the tiny flags on there. So I'm probably going to do like 3 tiny pins and then like 1 big, you know, 6-foot flag.
That would be cool.
And yeah, I'm excited about doing that. Like I want it to be like that, but that's where I'm at.
Nice. Ron, how about you up there? What are you kind of same boat as Brent, or?
Sort of, yeah. I mowed already once. I think the 7th. I was out there. I mowed everything, and I haven't applied anything yet, and it's growing like crazy. It's just like, all right, yes, I got to mow. My wife's yelling at me tonight. I get home from work, and she's, hey, you got to cut the grass. Yeah, I know. I'll do that tomorrow if it's not raining. You know, we'll do it in between the raindrops.
Exactly.
Well, that's funny to hear that it's
down and yeah, same thing. It was so goddamn windy the other day, and I'm like, yeah, that's not happening because I'm not going to spray it and have it go all over the place. And
no.
Well, and that's funny that you say you're growing like crazy because like mine's really just kind of woken up this last, like, I don't know, week and a half. I mean, what's your winter height of cut? Like, do you take it low, Ron, in the wintertime, or you keep it pretty high?
Down. I mean, I keep it somewhat high, but I mean, usually the wintertime, like the final mow, I'll drop it down, you know, just to kind of keep it, just in case we get snow, that kind of stuff. But I mean, it woke up and it's growing, you know, and it's like, okay, and you know, again, you got spots and stuff that's higher than others, and you know.
Oh yeah, you definitely get those spots, right?
Yeah,
that's one of the other things I've been thinking about doing, because I, you know, where my sump pumps from my basement like empty out, it's just like the pipe just goes right out into my front yard.
Yeah,
so like that spot is growing like nuts, right? Because it's just like it's inundated with water, and it's like, you know, minerals coming in from the groundwater, from the walls of the basement, so it's just like mineral rich. Like,
Well, it's like the same thing
Probably
you're
really
saying
good quality water.
about your neighbor with the, with the way our house is back up when it rains and shit. It, it floods down and it goes in between the flower bed. And the same thing, I'll go in the backyard and it's like a sponge, So it's like I just bought 2 bags of gypsum. It's like, all right, we're gonna throw that, 50 pounds down and see what happens with that. Hopefully that'll loosen up a little bit, and trying to get the pH right again in the soil, and that's where I'm at now. I'm like hovering just over 7, between 7 and 8. It's like, all right, I got to throw something down to kind of lower that, and
What are you rolling with for that?
For what the
pH?
I use the I'll use the Jonathan Green. I use their Magic Cal. My soil is more alkaline, so I use that purple bag, whatever's in that. There's like a sulfur or whatever's in there, and then, humic. It also breaks it up. And again, I got a lot of clay. My soil's real clay, packed tight, and you can tell when we get that drought. You see them big cracks in it, and it looks ugly once it's done. You're just like, Jesus Christ. Same thing when I first moved into this house. It was the same thing. It was, do I go in the back there with the rototiller and just blast it? But, then it's like, oh, we got 2 dogs, muddy mess. Like, it's not going to happen. So it's why I was like, let me just start throwing gypsum at it. And as I started reading that, all right. But then you read gypsum, and it could take how many years for that stuff to actually break down and loosen that soil. It's like you almost have to apply it every year to keep up with it. And I haven't applied. This is going to be 50 pounds. Last time I put down, I think it was the same thing, 2 bags of it. And, that was 5 years ago. So
yeah, just a constant battle.
Yeah.
Brent, are you heavy clay where you're at?
I mean, it's kind of funny because like we're just in this space where me and Ron live, because he's like 10 minutes from me.
Is that right?
Yeah. Ron's like 10 minutes down the road. So like what's funny about it is it's just like the changes because it's coastal, because it's also like foothills. I mean, it's just there's so many different like geographical things happening in New Jersey. That it literally can change like from that, even that distance. So it's so I would say like it's pretty, I wouldn't say it's heavy clay. I mean, I don't remember exactly what my CECs are, but it's not too off from like pretty good. I mean, it's not like
more
USGA.
I guess it's shale, right? It's like a more shale. Like when you go, I remember digging footers at my old house for and that was in Bound Brook, and it's up on Brook, and you're sitting there going, okay, I'm digging down, and you're hitting that shale, and you're like, holy shit, this is rough, And the guy's like, all right, you got to dig these things quick because I want to have them inspected by a certain time. And it's like, the guy's like, you got an hour and a half to dig 3 footers. It's like I was out there busting my ass to do this. And of course, he comes to inspect it. Oh yeah, that hole's a little shy there on the side. Don't worry, I'll clean it up. Just give me the pass so I can get to the next step.
Yeah, and like that's what I'm saying is like for the people that don't know what New Jersey's like. I mean, you're talking about like Bound Brook, like over there. I mean, it's just like there's a lot of rivers, there's a lot of creeks, like everything kind of comes in. It's a pretty low lying area, so like you're gonna have a higher like kind of like shale concentration over there. Like where you're at, a little bit more clay. Where I'm at, it was like swampland, back in the 40s, like the 30s, 40s. It was all swampland. And then like my neighborhood where I'm at was really developed kind of in the 50s and 60s. And it was all like kind of swamps. It was like swamps. And then like right next to it would be a farm. And so it's just a very unique place because like there's just so much stuff kind of like going on. But they did a lot of like filling in of swampland and kind of marrying farmland into swampland, which is why the guy behind me, his yard like is a little more low lying than mine. So it's like it rains and it's like a swamp in my man's backyard over here. And it kind of bleeds into mine a little bit. So it's like, I'm a little bit. There's a good amount of clay concentration there, but I also have like pretty decent soil as well. So, it's not like I said, it's not like primo USGA grade, like down by my in-laws. They're about an hour south of me. It's like they're on, like what they live on is like primo, like soil sand mixture. I mean, it's
Right.
like sugar sand, soil. I mean, it's like it's pretty nice for growing grass, which is where Tuckahoe Turf Farms is, like right by
Yeah.
my in-laws' house. So I mean, they grow like primo turf because they're on that like kind of sandy loam,
Hmm.
which they're like right there with like a USGA spec, like perfect, kind of soil. It's like so it just
Nice.
varies a lot here. It's a really interesting state when you start looking at like agriculture and um things like that. I mean, I think Jersey gets a bad rap from a lot of places because it's like, oh yeah, it's right outside New York and there's like an industry and stuff up north, but like the majority of the state is like farmland.
Yeah, you got bears and shit, right?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bears, yeah.
That's
We
funny.
had
We got good pizza. We got good bagels. That's,
Yeah, man.
yeah, we had a bear running around. A couple months ago, there was a bear bear like running around here.
Just cruising through the neighborhood.
Yeah, he's
They
around.
got
It
no
was like,
place
oh
to
yeah,
go
there's a
because a lot
bear
by
running around
us
my
too.
town.
They're building by us. It's just warehouses. Like,
Yeah.
my town especially. You come in, you're like, where you turn there? Oh, we're building another warehouse. And that messes a lot of shit up too because
Sure.
they start digging, they start pumping. We got to put footers in. How many feet deep? And a lot of people by us, they have wells and their wells got messed up because
Is that right?
They dug for this, and then these people are turning their waters on and they're getting mud.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was
Oh,
like,
my
well,
goodness.
somebody screwed that up, and
Yeah.
who pays for that? And
Right.
it's ridiculous. It's
Shit. Yeah, that sucks.
Yep. Anyway,
That's crazy.
Zach, Nate, Bill, what do you guys got going on? Enough about us.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
Bill.
I've been mowing, you guys. I've been cutting some grass. I think I got five mows in already. And this week I've started doing last week I got my first midweek mow in. Cut the grass this weekend. I'm hoping to get cut again tomorrow because we're growing, looking good. I mean, even the whole neighborhood is looking okay. Even the yards that don't really do much of anything. We got some good rain, and it's that time of the year. But I mean, it's nice and thick. I put down the Anderson 1608, and then my pre-emergent earlier in March. It's definitely nice and dark green. It's looking really good. There's some areas of the lawn, like I got a side of my yard I got some neighbors that don't really care about yard work. It's all good, but they have weeds and everything, and the dandelions just find their way into my yard. So this little strip of grass between our yards has just got dandelions like crazy. And I was like, well, I'm not really gonna spray any. I'm not gonna do anything. We're just gonna let it kind of go. So if they don't kind of die off, and if their little run isn't done here in the next couple of weeks, I might bust out my backpack sprayer and hit it with the quinclorac a little bit just to kind of clean it up a bit. But the grass is coming in nice. As far as like what I got planned for spring, I don't really have a bunch of plans yet. I haven't really formulated what my actual fertilizer's plan is going to be. I'm leaning towards something like the 1358 on Pro Pete. I use that a few different times, and I really like that. I looking at my soil tests, I'm not really deficient in anything other than potassium still low. That didn't really move much from last year. Phosphorus is kind of more in the mid-range now. Contaminants are still really high, so like you, Ron, I'll probably go pick up some more gypsum from the Ace Hardware. I mean, stuff's cheap, so just get a couple bags and throw it down there and see how it does over time. My organic matter came up a little bit relative to last year too, so I don't know if any of the the humics or whatever else, the biochars, I don't know if anything else has any impact on that, but I have some of that kind of stuff here at the house too that I'll probably figure out at some point, putting some of that stuff down. I got more of the hydrocharge from Anderson, so I'm gonna use that as we get into summertime or before summertime. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that stuff. I feel like it helped. Now I also started irrigating a little bit more at the same time, so it's what really did it. But
yeah, you also put in irrigation. So
yeah, I mean I'm looking forward to. I'll probably get those kicked on here before too long. I need to have some irrigation companies got to come check it at some point this year for the backflow. But other than that, I mean I can turn it on whenever I want and start using it. So if we don't keep getting rain like we have been, if we get a dry spell, I might just use that as an excuse to get out there and turn the irrigation on a little early and start watering. Why not? I do once a week or once every other week, just a little bit here or there, just for fun, and make sure I get my heads all dialed in. But yeah, lawn's up there really good. I've been enjoying the mow. Just got out my Time Master and used that this weekend. Didn't lay any stripes, but I was wanting to use the bigger mower, and that was really nice. I mean, it really does make a difference, those extra few inches, as far as how quick you can get the lawn mowed, especially if you're not double cutting everything. I was done real quick, which is kind of my selling point to the wife. Is like, listen, I got this 30-inch mower. It's like 11 more inches of what I was working with last year, and I'm not going to stripe on the Wednesday mows. I'm just going to, just cut it, get in, get out, get my mow done and get back in,
He told her I got 11 more inches.
11 more, baby.
Square.
Anyway, it's fun. It's a big machine. I do enjoy it. So I can see why, guys like Nate and Andy and Lawn Father, those guys, why they love the Time Master. So yeah, man, I'm enjoying it. No big plans for anything specific just yet, but I'm ruminating. Kind of got some ideas bubbling here, and that's kind of where I'm at. Definitely doing flower beds and things this year. That's one big project we want to do, is cut around my tree and turn that into like a little flower bed or something. I hate ducking under the tree to mow every time. I literally scratch the top of my head like almost every time, and I got this freaking scab on the top of my head for like weeks. So I want to cut out around that tree so I can just have some color, and then just go around it. And I think the boys and would really enjoy getting out there and doing that. And other mulch beds in the area, I want to have one little section is kind of like a little pollinator section. I've been looking online to try to see, okay, where are some things on like the Missouri Botanical Garden and some of these other, like, the Mizzou website. Like, what are some more native things I can put there that might attract some cool butterflies or some different things that, again, the kids would think is cool. I could appease the eco online TikTok people that are, shitting on lawn care stuff all the time. Like, hey, look at this. I got a little section over here.
You still won't. You have grass.
That's true. I know. The whole thing should be a garden. The whole goddamn thing should just be.
I would love it if Bill
flowers.
decided he was going to be a beekeeper.
Oh, man.
And he just got like a stack of
Just
beehives.
keeping
Yes.
bees.
And he was like, yeah, I got, look at all my
Come
bees.
over to my clover patch.
We're doing baby steps. We're
plant
gonna
clover,
put in.
man. You'd
We
be
do some
all right.
raised beds in the backyard this spring too. So I got some ideas. Definitely see if I can get them all done. At different weekends and things like that. But not all lawn care this year. I'm gonna try to do some different things to branch out a little bit and beautify the yard a little bit more than what it's been. People say, oh, it's you're just doing the lawn. It's like, I mean, that's true. My mulch beds, they're nothing special. They're just like some crappy dying boxwoods, a rose bush that barely blooms, and some other things I don't even know what the hell they are. So I want to yank most of all that out, and me and the wife kind of come up with a plan. Like, hey, how can we make this look good, look nice, and not get mulch all over the grass every time the wind blows? Like, I swear to God, it's like I thought it was my kids. I swear I thought it was my kids, but I got out there this weekend, and the kids hadn't been out there yet, and there was just mulch all over by the sidewalk where it goes in there, and it was the wind. It's been so goddamn windy, it's blowing my freaking mulch into my grass, and the whole time I'm yelling at my kids, you sons of... No, I'm not yelling at them, but, I'm like, you guys gotta keep this mulch out.
Yelling
You
at him,
guys stop.
and
This is
that's
safe
okay.
space.
You
We've
got
all
your
been
digging
there.
area, but just stay away from the grass, guys,
This is
So
a safe space, Bill.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's right.
We all yell at our children.
Bill,
If we...
No, I was
feel
thinking
like-
the same thing, Bill. I'm actually thinking about using mulch glue this year.
Yeah, I have some of it. I just haven't used it yet because the kids love digging around there. But I thought I might, surprise them and have it all glued down one day. Like, I can't do it anymore. Ha!
I
Ha!
think you just there's your idea for your next reel.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yelling at the kids
Joke's
because
on you.
That's the
you think
selling
they're the
point.
ones that are doing the mulch out in the yard. So
Like, come on, guys.
Bill, they sell Jonathan Green has the wildflower mix. You can get that and put it in your grass.
Ooh,
Boom.
nice.
And you can attract. I'm looking at it now. It attracts butterflies, hummingbirds. That
Yeah,
should be
maybe
good
I'll
for
save
you.
that for the backyard. Just
There you
throw that
go.
all in the backyard. I never show my backyard, and there's a reason for that. It's nothing. It's nothing exciting. Nate, Zach, you guys getting out there? What do you guys got going on?
Any pollinator
Yeah.
gardens planned?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple different herbs I'm planning on growing actually, but
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Up to six.
but yeah, no, I've just been mowing. I haven't applied anything. I'm thinking about it. it's really lately has been like timing with wind. You guys were talking about wind earlier, and yeah, it's been really windy. Time in the rain. That's kind of been. I'm just kind of waiting on. I really don't need to apply anything, but next time I get an opportunity to, I'm just gonna do it. So whenever like there's no wind, I'm gonna spray. Rain coming. So I'm in the window. I'm just looking at the weather.
Would you get a new mower there or what?
Yeah.
And yeah, so you talked about burger seed earlier. I mean, that's what's saving me right now. That's coming in fire as shit. And the mower, it's bigger motor, spinning faster. The blades have a bigger cut width on them. So like, it's cutting more, spinning faster, giving a clean cut. So
Nice.
it's I'm pumped to really get some stuff down on it and see what
How many
See what
times
it
have
looks like.
you?
What's
have you been able to
your
use
deck
it?
size on that?
That was my question as well.
So I had to have an 8-inch reduction on my deck size.
Bill gets
But
11, you lose 8.
it was a
That's
little
where
Had to
all
have
the
too
inches
big.
surgery.
went.
Net
I went
3.
my way. Yep.
It was a little too big, but it's still bigger than average. So it's
Still in that top 50th percentile, right? Yeah.
but having that zero turn, I can spin that thing around any direction I want. And it's
Can you now?
and
Might be 11 inches less, but you can spin it around a lot better.
yeah,
Right?
like quicker with it, can come back.
Oh no,
Back to
Bill got
back.
the 11 inches. He lost 8 inches.
Mm-hmm.
It like all jokes aside though, like really I can just from turning around faster, I can mow my lawn faster. Just from
I
not,
believe it.
Yeah.
Just with the mobility.
yeah, it's crazy. Like probably 20 minutes faster. And it doesn't really go faster than like my 60-inch, but it just turn around, moving. I'm still kind of getting used to getting a real straight stripe. I mean, they're pretty straight, but it's not like laser. So I'm still like kind of working on that with it, but
Got a little bow in it.
You still have the
Yeah.
other mower?
yeah, so that's pretty much ready to go. And then I also have the Husqvarna,
Right.
and
I forgot
I
you
still
had
have that here.
What's that new one? Is it another Simplicity?
The Simplicity
I thought
52-inch. It's like a 2014, 15.
Is it a steering wheel?
No steering wheel.
Okay.
You're getting a collection of mowers there too, Zach. Shoot.
Yeah, so it was crazy to see the difference in like, the zero turn.
Is it super awkward to maneuver? Like you said, you're still working on your laser beams, but are you starting to kind of get the hang of the little things? And
It was different. Like I used zero turns back like when I was in high school mowing and stuff, but it's been
Okay.
like a
the
while.
first time, okay.
And so like at first, I mean, I don't know if have you ever used a zero turn?
I haven't. I have not.
It's kind of weird like, at first if you don't know it. Like I mean, you might just go boom, 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 boom. Like you might be like,
you can bounce yourself around.
yeah, you can bounce yourself around, and it's just like I don't know, like barely you just kind of get the feel of it. It's like, and then you just like, oh, okay, and then like you kind of know where it's going, and
does this thing have the built-in roller? That's kind of like
it's just like my old deck, and it's got the same type of. So
it's got like the rubber roller incorporated into the deck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet. Definitely keeps it simple.
So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I've only had 2 mows with that. I had a mow with the Husqvarna like probably a month ago, just to kind of clean things up, and then in the past week I've mowed twice with this, just because rain's coming. I mowed and then I mowed again like 2 or 3 days later, just because I know rain's coming tomorrow. And yep, that's I'm just working with the weather right now.
Nate, how are you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. I think I've mowed 2 or 3 times. Starting to come in pretty good.
I've seen those stripes already, man. Already looking good.
but did my pre-emergent. I don't know, man. I think I was still a little late. And I felt I was real early, but I still think I was a little bit late. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, and I just did a low dose of 7,4,14 Pro Pete. Didn't really want to throw too much nitrogen at it yet because really the weather's been so up and down. I think it snowed probably after I put that first tiny bit of fertilizer down, but just 1 week it's in the 70s, 80s, next week it's in the 40s, 50s. So
It has
rain.
been bouncing around quite a bit.
Yeah, so I mean, it kind of looks like it's on that upward trend though, which is really, really good. But you just never know. But it should be good now. But same thing as you guys. Like, I want to get out there and spray some stuff, or even like like today we had some heavy rainstorms that were supposed to come through. I wanted to get out there and spray maybe some of the liquid soil. The one from Simple, yeah, like the
loosener.
aeration, yeah, like your soil loosener.
Yeah,
get some of that down. Try and do that in the spring and even after the summer, like before fall. But it's been so windy, you can't even spray anything. So from that standpoint, every like late winter, early spring, I make my calendar. I have my plan. I have my spreadsheet. Like, this is what I'm going to do. These are the dates I'm going to target hitting them, and it's already off. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm hard. Things I want to do at the beginning of April or already haven't been done yet. So just keeps kind of pushing things.
So you said you did apply pre-emergent. We didn't really talk about that. So
yeah,
we were kind of thinking like fertilizer wise, but did anybody else apply pre-emergent? You did?
Yep. Got mine down mid-March or around mid-March, about a month ago, a little over a month ago. Same time as my fertilizer. I mean, that was when we had like 2 weeks of just amazing weather, and I was like, man, this, I already got the Greencast email saying, hey, temperatures are right, put it down now. I'm like, oh God, all right, this is like earlier than I normally do, but it's been so nice. All right, let's do it. So got it all down there, and I mean, I think it helped. There's a lot of weed pressure on the one side of my house, but it's also mostly dandelions, which don't even, which are impacted by the prodiamine. So there's a few weeds there, but I feel like I hit the window okay. I don't think I missed it too bad. Most stuff is under control. And then my main yard is looking really good. There's almost nothing. A few in the cracks, along the sidewalk and stuff where I probably didn't hit it all the way up to the edge as well. But those you could just yank out or use that little tool thing, or hit it with some chloride if I need to. So it's really good. I think I just made it.
Well, that's good. Yeah, we had so much rain right around the time of the turn of what I would say would have been the turn for us, and yeah, it was just raining like crazy, and the couple weeks that I felt like I probably could have gotten it down, I just couldn't get out there and do it. So yeah, we're going no pre-emergent this year, but so far it's looking good. I was out, walking in the yard yesterday. I got like 3 dandelions in my front yard, so I just pulled them all out, and everything else is looking all right. I got like two little patches of clover that I'll have to spray out in the front, but overall, I think it's looking pretty good, at least in the front. Like I said, the backyard, I could drive myself nuts with the POA by my back fence line, but I kind of just gotta either come up with a plan for the future, or just embrace it and be like, the kids are playing back there. It's soccer and pool time and all these other things. So like, no. Maybe
as long as it's green and they can kind of run around back there to do.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it looks like crap at this time of year, but like once it warms up a little bit and that stuff starts to die off, it's like, you don't really notice it as much anyway. Probably in another 6 weeks, I won't really even notice it.
Sure.
But it's kind of crappy. Like, I wake up in the morning, pour my cup of coffee, and I just stand out there and look at the backyard, and I'm like, oh goddamn. Looks like crap, but it is what it is. But I missed because of the rain, I missed the pre-emergent window, and just gonna pivot and deal with whatever pops up, which so far is not that much.
What do you have for post-emergent right now, do you have like a concentrate of anything for your sprayer, or do you have anything in the garage?
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. I mean, I have like Ortho Weed Be Gone. I got some Conclorac. I got Tenacity. I got, jeez, what else I
You
have?
got
over there?
options.
Yeah, I have a number of different things.
That's good.
So, we'll once everything starts growing and like really moving, I'll go out there and get some stuff sprayed out. But like I said, it's really just a couple, like probably 2-3 patches of clover that are, I don't know, maybe 1 by 1. So not terrible. I can handle, and it's not like just all clover. It's spread in with the grass. So I feel like even if I kill that off, it's still gonna look good. It hasn't taken over anything yet, so I think it'll be all right. Not worried about it.
All right, so there. Okay, as I was looking for that, Zach made me an administrator finally, and now I'm like looking at all these extra features that I don't know how to use yet. So where can we find that music? Where's that music? There it is.
Made you one finally. What the fuck?
That sound is for the Keep Off the Grass Lawn of the Week. And if you're new and you don't know what the Lawn of the Week is, well, we have a hashtag, KOTG Lawn of the Week, on Instagram. So if you have a lawn care or your personal Instagram that's public, take a picture of your yard, use that hashtag, and every week we go through those posts and we figure out who's got the baddest lawn on Instagram that week. If we choose your lawn to be the KOTG Lawn of the Week, you will win a free bag of Pro Pete fertilizer, your choice of NPK or the fossil product. And when they officially launch it on homedepot.com, the Endless Green from Pro Pete. So you can have your choice of a Pro Pete product available on homedepot.com. You let us know your real name, your address, and what you want. We'll send that off to John at Pro Pete, and you'll get that for free. So use the hashtag, and springtime. Let's get out there. Let's see what it looks like. Be proud of your lawn and lay some 6 stripes. Let's see what you got.
See if I can
Who we got this week?
Sorry, see if I can share my screen real quick.
Yes, sir.
See.
I got it, Bill.
Oh, you got it already? Okay. All right, how do I stop?
Oh, you got it. If you got it, you got it.
I just put it down. You go for it, man.
All right. This week's winner is Tony Bowman.
Tony Bowman.
Tony.
Ohio.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Man, but that long,
thick.
Tony Bowman is Tony Bonin.
Gosh. Bet he never heard that one in middle school. Looking good, though.
Yeah, he's been making a push the last couple of years. It's coming along real nice.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I can tell every year he's improving.
Yeah.
It's cool to see folks kind of taking, getting a little bit deeper into this hobby, season after season. It's neat to see folks kind of, I don't know, get more into it and asking questions and wanting to learn a little bit here or there. And yeah, I know it's awesome. It's awesome to see that he's enjoying it, and it shows. It's working. Whatever.
Well,
he's
that's the
doing.
name of the game, right? Incremental steps.
Exactly.
What
I
they
will
say,
say, you guys-
marathon, not a sprint.
Yep.
That's true. And the cool thing is the grass just keeps growing. So there's always next year. If you don't get to doing what you want to do this year, there's always next year. I was gonna say though, it seems like Instagram is trying to make things difficult for us, because when we were trying to scour the hashtag, they've changed the way you can't go and see the most recent posts.
No, it's
So
terrible.
We're gonna try to be better with when I see one pop up in my feed when I'm in my bed in my underwear at like midnight. Oh, I gotta send this to the guys. I can't wait and do it at some other time. So we're gonna have to do more real time sharing with some of these pictures. But we're gonna try our best to keep track and not miss anybody. But for whatever reason, they're making it difficult to find the most recent posts and not just like the top or whatever they think we want to see from 3 years ago, which is very frustrating when I'm trying to see everybody's progress.
Yeah, that's such a silly feature that
Yeah, they don't even
whatever
give you the option to, like,
algorithms
change,
they
like-
changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's frustrating. But I did just get access back to our Instagram account, so I will start posting some more on there again. I've been a few episodes behind on stuff, but
Did they put you in timeout?
they did some kind of a sign-in update, 2-factor something or other, and because there's like 6 or 7 of us that all have access, it messed me up or something. But all of a sudden, I tried it one more time earlier this week and it worked. So getting back into it, so I'll make some posts, catch us back up, and then hopefully, as the season goes on, we'll get some more Lawn of the Week winners up there too. I've been a little bit lax with the KOTG page, so apologize for that, you guys. You do not want to see that, not at all.
I mean, you're a good-looking man.
Bald and proud.
My wife would agree. Oh man, you guys. I don't know, you guys. I'm excited. This is gonna be a good year. I'm looking
gonna be a
forward
good
to,
year.
laying
I'm
some
looking forward to
stripes.
this year.
You know, no, I'm sure you are, Drew. I'm sure you are. You're gonna be happy in a few months when all that work is done and you finally have something to tend to. You know, I mean, shoot.
Just
Be happy in a
wait for
couple
like
weeks.
a week from now.
Yeah.
My page will just be me shining a flashlight on little baby
Waiting
grass.
for baby grass,
Yep.
exactly. Oh, that's
Yeah.
a lot, man. You got a lot of space. What's the square footage that you're going to be working with when you get all that down?
The whole property is like 32, so minus the house, I'm probably looking at like what? The house, driveway, probably 28 to 30.
That's pretty awesome,
Nice.
man.
So
That's a good canvas to work with for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll probably average around there, with minus house, driveway, mulch beds.
Sure.
Once I get everything kind of how I want it, because I think I might run mulch beds like the whole, or either mulch beds or like flower areas the whole way
Yeah.
down each side of my property.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at your old place, you didn't have like a sidewalk or a nice kind of clean demarcation between the
No,
road
yeah,
and
it was
grass.
just the road, and it was up until they paved it. It was
Right.
a mess.
So now you have like the space to where you could kind of create that cool little.
Yeah,
barrier,
I'm just going
almost
to
sort of
create
like
that
frame
crisp
your yard,
edge
you know?
up to the mulch bed and
That'll be nice.
mow and low.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right
I'm
on.
excited to see that
Yeah, I
for
can't.
sure. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
You got that.
Well, what do we?
Get cranking with that John Deere.
Boom.
Woo!
Let's see. I don't know. Is it? Do we have anything planned for next week for the show, or do we have anybody coming on? I was just gonna look. I don't remember if is that the week that we're having somebody come back.
Yes, pretty sure.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So
You can.
Nate-
Since,
All right.
since you're the man.
Nate is he's been in talk and he got the folks at Green to come join us. That was a really cool show, and then they're going to be coming back next week to talk a little bit more. I think they're going to get into more detail about maybe the controller unit, or do you know what they're
app.
planning on?
I think we're
App,
more
yeah.
like installation and app, kind of
Okay.
talking about the features of the app and stuff like that. Whereas the
Awesome.
first episode with them, we focused more on who are they, what do they do, kind of the technology behind the heads and whatnot. But kind of dig a little bit deeper into the installation, the savings from that, and then get into the app and how nice it is and different technology with downloading. Upgrades and stuff like that. You can just do it all through the internet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
buddy.
go.
So join us next week, everybody. Learn a little bit more about Green and all that good stuff. But yeah, you guys, this is the weather's getting nice, and I'm just pumped to get back outside. I've been cooped up all winter, and it's not that long, but it feels long.
It feels
especially
long.
when you're
It
getting
always
teased.
feels long.
Exactly.
Always.
Yeah. So I get jealous of Olee, staying green all year long, but I do like that break because it really gets me like, oh, I want to get out there, start kind of yearning for some green grass to cut. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man.
Well, all right,
All right.
boys.
Thanks,
Drew and
Scott.
Ron, thanks for joining us.
Anytime.
Yeah,
thanks,
come
you
back
guys.
soon.
Love it.
This has been awesome.
All right. Thanks,
We'll see
guys.
you all
Everybody in the
next
live
week.
chat, thanks for joining us tonight. Cut some
Peace.
grass.
That's it.
Have a good night, guys.
Go Hawks.
You get a sample every time you said that.